Stop wasting money on 3-week wonders that leave your yard looking like a graveyard by July. Most gardeners fail because they choose plants that spend 90% of the year taking up space without delivering a single bloom. You need high-performance perennials plants. You plant once that provide non-stop color until the first frost. Today, I'm revealing 10 elite perennials that are easy to find but rarely used to their full potential. We're moving past the basic nursery finds to show you rare, ever-blooming varieties that survive heat, ignore drought, and return stronger every year. From a purple cloud that thrives on neglect to a hummingbird skyscraper at number 8, these are the industry secrets to a perpetual motion garden. Stop gardening harder and start gardening smarter. Before you keep watching, comment your state. If you ignore your USDA zone, you might pick the wrong plants from the start. I'll be pointing out the right zones as we go watch for yours. 1. Catmint. Forget what you think you know about common garden herbs. If you want a plant that functions like a purple carpet from May through October, catmint is your MVP. Most gardeners underutilize this powerhouse, yet it offers the highest color-to-effort ratio of any perennial on the market. Specifically, look for the Walker's Low or Junior Walker varieties. The secret to its non-stop performance: the Chelsea chop. After the first massive flush of lavender blue flowers in June, grab your shears and cut the entire plant back by 1/3. Within 2 weeks, it explodes back to life, looking fuller and more vibrant than before. It's virtually indestructible in zones 3 through 8, meaning it thrives from the freezing north to the humid mid-Atlantic. It's drought-tolerant, deer-resistant, and every bee in your zip code will treat it like a 5-star restaurant. Plant it along pathways, or let it spill over a stone wall for that wildflower meadow look that never stops performing. 2. Echinacea. If you're still picturing the pale, lanky purple cone flowers from your grandmother's backyard, you're living in the past. Over the last decade, plant breeders have performed a botanical facelift on Echinacea, turning it into the ultimate high-fashion perennial. We aren't just talking about purple anymore. We're talking about electric corals, deep crimsons, and neon yellows that look painted on. Varieties like Sunseeker's Salmon and Cheyenne Spirit are absolute titans in zones 3 through 9. They offer a coast-to-coast adaptability that few plants can match. They start their show in early summer and refuse to quit until the frost physically stops them. When the flowers finally fade in late fall, put the shears away. Leave those dark, cone-shaped seed heads standing. Not only do they look hauntingly beautiful against the winter snow, but they act as a natural bird feeder for goldfinches and chickadees when every other food source is frozen solid. For my friends in zones 8 and 9, give these a splash of afternoon shade during the July heat to keep those colors from sun bleaching. This is how you get a professional designer look on a DIY budget. Subscribe for the insider truth. Most channels hide these science-backed secrets behind fluff. Join us to get the real tools for a life-changing garden. 3. Black-Eyed Susan. The traditional Black-Eyed Susan has a dark secret. By mid-August, the leaves usually turn into a mess of black spots and fungus, making your garden look sick right when it should be shining. But the New Era varieties have solved this forever. If you want a sea of golden yellow that stays crisp and clean from June until the first hard frost, you need to look for American Gold Rush. This isn't just another flower, it's a late-season lifeline. While other plants are shriveling, this variety stays lush and green, pumping out hundreds of chocolate-centered blooms across zones 3 through 9. It's the ultimate low-maintenance gold mine. It handles drought like a champ and ignores the humidity that kills lesser plants. In September, when monarch butterflies begin their epic 3,000-mile migration to Mexico, They don't just look for any flower, they look for Rudbeckia. By planting these, you aren't just decorating a yard. You're building a vital fuel station for one of nature's most incredible journeys. If you have a fence line or a boring corner, mass plant these. They will turn a dead zone into a vibrating hub of gold and wings for 4 months straight. 4. Hardy Geranium. Do not confuse this powerhouse with the red annuals you buy at grocery stores and throw away in October. We are talking about the true hardy geranium, specifically the world-renowned Roseanne variety. If there were a Hall of Fame for perennials, this would be the first ballot inductee. It doesn't just bloom. It performs a marathon, churning out vivid violet-blue flowers from May until the frost literally freezes the petals. Thriving in zones 4 through 8, Roseanne acts as a living carpet. It weaves itself between taller plants, filling every ugly gap in your border and naturally smothering weeds. It's the ultimate lazy gardener's dream. It requires zero staking and handles both full sun and partial shade with total grace. If the July heat makes it look a bit loose, don't worry. Just grab your shears and give it a quick aggressive trim. Within 14 days, the plant will rebound with a dense explosion of new leaves and even brighter flowers. For gardeners in the Pacific Northwest, this plant is your secret weapon. It loves your cool, misty mornings and will reward you with a sea of blue that lasts half the year. 5. Penstemon. If you want to turn your backyard into a high-speed refueling station, stop buying plastic feeders and start planting Penstemon. This North American native is a vertical masterpiece, sending up towering, elegant spikes of tubular flowers in shades of electric scarlet and royal purple. While other plants stay low to the ground, Penstemon commands the skyline of your garden, blooming relentlessly from late spring through the heat of midsummer. Here is the one mistake that kills 90% of Penstemons in home gardens fall pruning. Most gardeners try to tidy up in October, but if you cut those hollow stems before winter, water gets trapped in the crown, freezes and rots the plant from the inside out. The pro move: leave the dead-looking stalks standing until you see green shoots in April. Those old stems act as a natural insulator, protecting the heart of the plant through the harshest freezes in zones 3 through 9. By keeping the armor on you, ensure this plant returns bigger and bolder every year. Plant a cluster of 3 near your porch, and by Memorial Day, you'll have a front row seat to a hummingbird frenzy that no store-bought nectar can compete with. We're moving into the top tier now, but stick around for number 8. It's a plant so rare and effective that most professional landscapers try to keep it for their private clients only. 6. Perennial Salvia. Every July, millions of gardens across the country hit a color slump. The spring flowers have faded, and the fall plants haven't woken up yet, leaving your yard looking tired and washed out. Perennial Salvia is the professional designer's secret to fixing that gap. We're talking about intense, saturated spikes of deep violet, cobalt blue, and rich burgundy that hold their pop even in the most brutal 100-degree heat. Salvia is a plant that gives you a second and even third act. Most gardeners let the flowers turn brown and stop there. But if you deadhead simply snip the spent flower spikes back to the next set of leaves, the plant reboots and sends up a fresh wave of color within 2 weeks. In zones 4 through 9, this simple 5-minute task keeps your garden in a state of perpetual bloom from May straight through October. For my southern gardeners in zones 7 through 9, look for the Amistad, or black and blue varieties. They are specifically engineered to thrive in high humidity, where other salvias might melt. Pair these with the golden black-eyed Susans we mentioned earlier, and the color contrast will literally stop traffic in front of your house. 7. Heuchera. Commonly known as coral bells, This is the only plant on this list that earns its keep every single day of the year, even when it isn't blooming. While its delicate flower wands are a favorite for hummingbirds, from spring to midsummer, the real show is the foliage. Imagine a carpet of deep burgundy burnt caramel lime green or frosted silver that stays vibrant from March through December. Heuchera is the ultimate problem solver for those dead zones, under trees, or on the north side of your house, where nothing else grows. It thrives in zones 4 through 9, providing a high-impact color punch in areas usually reserved for boring green ferns. If you live in zones 4 through 6, listen closely. This plant has a habit of heaving. The winter freeze-thaw cycle can actually push the plant's crown out of the soil. The pro move. Every April, walk your garden and firmly press the crowns back into the earth, then tuck them in with a fresh layer of mulch. This 30-second habit is the difference between a plant that disappears and one that lives for a decade. 8. Agastache. If there were a cheat code for a high-performance garden, it would be Agastache, often called hummingbird mint. This is the industry secret I promised you. Most gardeners walk right past it at the nursery because it looks like a simple herb in a pot. But once it hits the soil, it becomes an unstoppable skyscraper of color, blooming from mid-July until the frost literally shuts it down. I am not exaggerating. You can plant Agastache on a Saturday morning, and by Sunday afternoon, your yard will be vibrating with life. It produces more nectar per square foot than almost any other perennial in North America. Specifically, look for the Summer Long or Kudos series. These varieties offer breathtaking shades of electric coral, deep magenta, and misty lilac that thrive in the scorching heat when other plants are wilting. Agastache is a sun worshipper that demands sharp drainage. If you plant it in heavy wet clay, it won't survive the winter in zones 5 through 10. But give it a gritty, well-drained spot, and it will reward you with months of neon color and zero maintenance. For my Southwest and Southern gardeners, this is your MVP. It doesn't just survive your summers, it dominates them. 9. Scabiosa. Don't let those dainty lace-like petals fool you. Scabiosa is a total beast in the garden, often called the pincushion flower because of its fuzzy button-like center. This plant is the definition of a marathon bloomer. While other flowers are peaking and crashing, Scabiosa just keeps going, pumping out soft lavenders and deep burgundies from June all the way into the crisp October air. Here's the best part. Scabiosa actually wants you to be selfish. The more flowers you snip to put in a vase on your kitchen table, the more the plant freaks out and grows even more blooms. It's a literal flower factory. It's hardy in zones 3 through 7, showing a surprising amount of backbone against the cold for a plant that looks so elegant. Tuck these right at the front of your flower beds. The blossoms sit on long, thin stems that bob and weave in the wind, giving your yard that dreamy meadow vibe without any of the messy upkeep. If you want a front-row seat to a butterfly show, this is your plant. Swallowtails and painted ladies find these flowers irresistible all summer long. 10. Amsonia. We're finishing strong with a plant that professional landscape designers treat like a secret weapon, yet most home gardeners walk right past Amsonia, or blue star. This is the ultimate investment for your yard, because it doesn't just have a moment. It has 2 distinct spectacular performances every single year. In late spring, Amsonia covers itself in clusters of delicate powder blue stars, a color so rare and cooling it looks like a piece of the sky fell into your garden. But the real mic drop happens in October. While your other plants are turning brown and looking done, Amsonia's feathery foliage transforms into a brilliant glowing gold that rivals the most expensive Japanese maples. It's like having a second spring in the middle of autumn. Thriving in zones 3 through 9, it's tough as nails ignored by deer and handles almost any soil you throw at it. After the blue flowers finish in June, give the plant a quick haircut by about 6 inches. This keeps it compact and sturdy, ensuring that when that golden fall color hits, the plant stands tall and proud instead of flopping over. A garden that looks spectacular from Memorial Day through the first killing frost isn't the result of luck or a massive budget. It's the result of choosing marathon plants that refuse to quit. You've just seen 10 perennials that bridge every gap, survive the harshest summers, and return with more vigor every single spring. From the purple clouds of Catmint to the golden architectural finish of Amsonia, you now have the professional blueprint to keep your yard vibrant while everyone else's is fading to brown. I'm sharing these insights with you because I believe everyone deserves the raw truth about gardening and nutrition, free from the glossy marketing fluff of the big box nurseries. If you found this guide valuable, hit that subscribe button right now. Most channels only scratch the surface. But here, I provide the practical science-backed secrets that actually transform your landscape and your life. Don't miss out on the tools you need to build a garden that performs as hard as you do.